Great. Let's kick this off. So, Jamie, it's been a good 8 months, I believe, since you joined Brand Marketing Mastery, a program that I've decided to launch not too long ago, also like really shortly after or before you actually joined, right? You were one of the first people to actually be part of this program. And you're now free from the chains of a 9 to 5 in a record breaking time. And today, brother, I just want to chat to you how your experience was. You can share with my online audience, obviously, who are skeptical about quitting their job, who have fears, who had the same limiting beliefs like you a couple months ago. And we'll just try to give them as much context about you and share with them as much value. I know you enjoy, just like myself, sharing with people. So anything you want to talk to the world about, let them know. First question I would have for you is just, can you introduce yourself to the people watching and can you share a little bit about your background before joining the community?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Jamie. I'm 26 and I'm from the UK. Um, so my background. So I was a qualified elevator engineer, working flat out. Call it a 9 to 5, but I was working a lot more than a 9 to 5.
Mhm.
Um, I had some experience forex trading like 4 or 5 years ago when I was an apprentice, which that led to me investing in crypto and everything. And all of that was just because I was like, damn, like you see all these people online earning extra money and stuff, and an apprenticeship wage isn't very good, is it? So, I
Yeah,
wanted to see if I can earn some extra money and all that sort of stuff. During the sort of COVID times, I actually made quite a substantial amount of money off of crypto and everything. I was like, damn, this online stuff's good. But was still too scared to leave my 9 to 5 comfortable job. So it did free me in many ways and bought me many nice things and things which sort of fixed my life in many ways. But at the same time, it was a pot of money which would have ran out eventually. So I still had to work. And yeah, I just knew there was more to work in a 9 to 5. So yeah, that's my background. I
nice.
had zero marketing experience before this.
Came a long way. Came a long way.
Yeah.
So let's put people in the like let's bring it back a little bit to the 9 to 5 frustrations, right? What was your life looking like just working more than you said, 40 hours a week, right? More than that.
Yeah.
What did it feel
Yeah,
like?
yeah. Um, so I'm gonna be honest, I actually loved my 9 to 5 for a very long time. And I started losing love for it when they started piling on a whole lot more work and
No
the money
pay.
wasn't, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
No more pay. Which don't get me wrong, for my age as a 26-year-old, I was earning more than any of my mates in their jobs. It's a specialist trade I was in. I was doing very well. Um, but yeah, after a while, it started getting to me, and I was like, oh well. I always knew deep down there was more than work to life than working a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
We're only here once, and we gotta live it. And when my job was not a 9 to 5, it was doing out of hours call outs, and I could be out for 23, 24 hours, a whole full 24 hours at a time, sometimes doing breakdowns and
Yeah.
various bits. Like it was getting strenuous, and then I'd see all these guys around me, and they're either got bad backs or they're stressed out or they've lost their hair or something like that. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be like this in 10 years. So,
100%.
yeah.
Brings me back to actually think about my old employees. I think this is the same in every country around the world. When you're working 9 to 5, it's these guys that get like these little gifts for working there for 30 years, which like means it means nothing, right?
No, exactly.
So, what was like the turning point for you? What initially attracted you to me and the community?
So for me, it was obviously I knew you when you were a faceless branded Instagram page,
Yes,
which
sir.
I was resonating with absolutely every single quote you were posting, and I was like, damn, this is quality.
Amazing.
Um, Yeah, yeah. So where I was quite heavy on fixing my mindset and everything like that, because I went through a bit of a mindset shift when everyone sat home during pandemic and things and all that, and weren't really doing anything with their lives. I was working on my body and my mindset a lot, and yeah, working on myself, which then yeah, it resulted in how I am. But yeah, long story short was uh in the DMs speaking with you, you were genuine, which yeah, anybody can message you in the DMs and try and sell you anything that they want. But you approached me in like a real genuine way, and I thought, you know what, like I'll give this guy a chance. I'll hop on a call light and see what he's going to sell me. But you weren't actually trying to directly sell me anything, to be honest, bro. Like you came on the call, you had a chat at me, and I just felt very aligned with you and your mindset. And yeah, man, like it was the alignment, bro. Like, and obviously, I know we speak a lot more about alignment in the community, but looking
Yeah,
back, I could tell it was alignment. Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
perfect. Meant to cross paths. That's what it was, 100%. I remember
that's
that as
it.
well. Again, one of the first people to reach out. I think generally speaking, it's so important to also vibe with people that you try to learn from. And that's been the case with us since day one. And later on, actually, like the way you know you're aligned is also you started enjoying helping people massively inside the community, right?
Yeah,
Becoming like
100%.
the unofficial assistant coach for people. They start reaching out to you, you're starting your journey of helping people as well while learning yourself. So it's been
Exactly.
huge,
Yeah. I think it's
100%.
just where I've really applied myself and made quite a lot of progress in things. People are like, "Oh, Jamie's done quite well," or they see like the something in the community which I've posted or something, and then it leads to them asking questions or whatever else. And I'm happy to help people where I can.
100%. 100%. I think generally speaking, this is huge. Like you've been there from day one. And we both kind of experienced how this compounded over time, right? I have
Yeah,
results in the beginning. People are kind of skeptical. You're a 9 to 5. You don't know if it works. You don't know if you just bought a scam, etc. But then through consistent reinforcement of that belief and the calls, etc., you started getting results. Then other people were like, "Yo, Jamie, sick. I'm happy for you." They started getting results, and I mean now sitting at 50 people in the community. We have a bunch of guys making money. We have a legend quit his job already. I have friends from my hometown who quit their jobs. So yeah, man, we've been through
yeah,
some
man.
stuff. 100%.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. It's amazing to see how far we've progressed as well. I also kind of want to add in as well, like obviously when I signed up to the community, there was no community yet. Like you were still in the construction phase of building it and everything. So
Yeah,
I gave you some money, like, but I think what really affirmed it and confirmed it that you weren't gonna just walk away with my money was like one, how you are in your character and how you are were on the call. Like you're a genuine guy. Like anyone could tell that
appreciate
realistically. Do you
that,
know what I
bro.
mean? And also as well was like literally you showed me the paychecks, the pay slips, the results. Like you showed me the insides of all the things behind the
Yeah,
scenes of the business. Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I'm like, well, nobody can really fake this right now. Like
yeah. And I was pulling up everything, pulling up the Stripe dashboard, the payments, the clients.
that's
So
it.
100%. Yeah, man, transparency, right? It's on social media. That's not really social, unfortunately. But
No,
you know,
exactly.
100%. So then you got into the program, right? What was your mindset like when you joined? Like, were you skeptical, excited, unsure? Run me through that.
So for me, where I'd never done anything like marketing before, and I knew for a fact outreach was going to be a very big sort of hurdle for me because I hated the idea of it, I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I felt sort of, how do I feel? I felt a bit nervous going into it, to be honest. Like, oh, damn, is this actually going to be work for me or whatever else?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how much of marketing am I going to learn? Like, do you know what I mean? Because that's what I joined was for the sort of skill set of marketing because I knew that marketing was such an excellent industry to be in and
Yeah,
everything else. And yeah, without having actually that actual background, I was already sort of unsure on how I was going to do.
yeah,
But my sort of mindset going into it was literally just to set like to go in like I've just handed this guy however much I've handed him. Like it'd be an absolute complete waste of money if I don't make full use of this opportunity. Do you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
so many people pay for all these courses and everything else like that, and they never do anything with it. It's the same with the traditional university degrees or something. They pay thousands and thousands of dollars or pounds or euros or whatever to go into university, and they never
Exactly.
put anything they learn into use.
Yeah,
So, like, what's the
100%.
point? You know what I mean?
100%. I can also vouch for that. Like, since day one, despite being quote unquote not ready and uncertain and nervous, like you said, you showed up. You just focused on showing up. Like, that's what I tell people as well that join now. It's like, you follow the modules, you show up to the calls, you ask me any problem that you're running into, and there's no way you're going to fail. Like with all of the abundance of businesses that need this service, there's no way you can't make money if you are not your own problem, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's been like a big differentiation between you and some of the other people as well, where you just tackle this. You've been on the leaderboard on school, up there, number one since day one. And I mean, that reflects now. That's why you're that guy quit his job, you know, which we'll get into later on. But also
Yeah,
salute to
man.
you. Proud of you, like I
Yeah,
said.
man. That's it. It's like why like go through all these things and not show up or give it
Yeah,
100%. Like it's just
yeah,
a waste of your own money. It's a waste of your own time. Do you know what I mean? Like it's pointless. So
100%.
yeah,
100%.
what did I have to lose that like
Yeah,
from not applying myself? So yeah, man.
exactly. 100%. Was there like a specific moment or lesson early on in the program that gave you like that confidence that this could work for you?
Um, so early on, I think it was probably the fact that a guy joined with already kind of semi-closing a client, and I was like, well, he's just a normal guy too. He's got a client.
Hmm.
And it wasn't until I started doing outreach and following the processes of like what you were teaching us and getting replies and things like that and getting on sales calls and stuff, which I just didn't have any clue or idea about.
Yeah.
Where I was like, okay, like this shit can work. Do you know what I mean? And yeah.
Nice. Sick. And how did that feel? Like seeing some of these like, you know, results, little proofs, little ounces of confidence that this could actually work.
It really helps in the confidence aspect. Do you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all bleed the same blood. Do you know what I mean? Breathe the same air. Maybe just in different parts of the world. Like,
Yeah. Fact.
so what's the difference? Do you know what I mean? Like, it all comes down to sort of just applying yourself and going at it. And if you want
Absolutely.
something, you can make it happen.
Absolutely. 100%. So you joined, you showed up, and then you got your first win. So what was that first win and how did that feel?
Yeah, so my first win was actually with a garage equipment company, which was like a local business near to where I live or whatnot. Um, I just mentioned it to a friend of like what I was doing and whatnot, and they were like, "Oh, we could do something like that." And yeah, and well, to be fair, both my first clients came within like 2 days of each other. Like I onboarded them, and
Yeah.
then 2 days later, I onboarded my other first client, which was an Airbnb coach, which was completely from online outreach. I don't know this person; they live in the other side of the country. And man, it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. I literally got off that first sales call, come off the call, and just cheered like to myself. I was like, "Wow, yeah, I done it, man!" So,
Let's go. That's so beautiful. Yeah, man, it's been the same for me, bro. You get off that call and you're like, yes, let's go. 100%. Um, what were the details back then? So you work with the Airbnb guy at the garage equipment company, right? One guy was, if I
yeah.
remember correctly, up front and then commissions, or what were the details?
To start with, the Airbnb guy was commission only at 20% of any sale of his course and his mentorship.
Yep.
The garage equipment company were paying me 1,000 a month, just flat, no commissions.
And that's
And that's in
pounds, right?
pounds as well. Yeah,
Yep. Okay, so like 1.3, 1.5 USD, more or
yeah,
less, give or take. Okay, and then I remember from the community, one of the first like big wins, testimonials that you posted in there was like the Airbnb guy making money through your work, like on his page, and you earn commission
yeah.
from that. So can you tell us a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so within about, I want to say about 2 months of working with him, like I was just sort of going through the process, learning content creation as I'm going, because it's all new to
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Upgrading as we're going along. And yeah, he actually had two sales of his courses through his content and some really good reviews on his content as well from these people. They were like, "Oh, I saw this reel," like, and started getting in conversation and everything. And then yeah, that led to a couple sales, which is a nice bit of commission for me. And funny enough as well, like in a similar sort of time frame, the garage equipment company started getting results on their Instagram from clients, like people phoning them up on their landline and asking if they could do some servicing and stuff for them and stuff like that. So, and with that company as well, I did not expect to get the traditional results with because they're not an online business, do you know what I mean? But it still got them results and people asking the question and yeah, it led to work
yeah,
for them as well. So it works.
100%. I think it's one of these things, you know, I was mentioning this in the very beginning, the brand marketing mindset. Like when you can train your mind to spot businesses that need help on social media, you don't even necessarily need to do outreach online. You can just ask
No,
every friend you have, every family member, your extended circle of influence, and they will probably know someone who runs a business and they will probably suck at social media.
Yeah,
right? And if you can
exactly.
provide value, like the sale is even more likely to happen because like they know you in person, right? You're not that online guy.
Exactly. Yeah,
100%.
exactly. Exactly.
Nice. So we went from again joining, etc., to having your first few breakthroughs, clients signed, commissions earned, etc. When did you start considering quitting your job?
So, so
It's the good stuff right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So with the job, so throughout all these months and stuff, I was still working and grinding on and everything. Had the two clients, I was able to balance the sort of work-life balance. I'd literally be making content in the evening or make it all on the weekend for the next week and then do it like that in blocks, and then continuously post it as I'm working, whilst also trying to run their social media as well. So it is possible with the 9 to 5. Like it's not impossible. You can make it work. Just it's just how you dedicate your time, really.
Exactly.
Um, and the sort of turning point was the 9 to 5 was getting more and more stressful for me. It was getting worse. The workload was increasing. I was struggling to get home at a decent time. I was even struggling to hop on my weekly check-in calls with my clients, like, and I was doing those in the middle of the day in work when I was supposed to be working. So
Yeah, yeah,
I literally take my laptop with me in a jumper. So
yeah. Let's go. Let's go. So
I
nice.
literally stop in a coffee shop like every Wednesday and stuff like that and have the call. But anyway, yeah, so work started getting worse and I was earning some more money. I actually onboarded a third client briefly. Um, I say briefly. I onboarded them, estate agents, which is basically just making branded content about houses, real estate, which they had a good person making the content already. And I just kind of told them how to restructure it, redo the wording, make them some captions and stuff like that, and easy work. So
Yep.
at that point, I was like, I'm not earning as much as I was in the 9 to 5, but work's getting stressful now, and I can't keep doing this much longer because I'm beginning to feel a bit unhappy. It's getting to me.
Yeah.
So it was in my head at that point.
I see. I see. And then can you describe the moment between like when we planted the seed in your mind, kind of, if I could quit the job, and then up until the moment where you actually quit?
Yeah, so obviously we have the weekly check-in calls and all that as well. And you always remind us of the mindset and everything else like that, do you know what I mean? So that really helped and I kept kind of it helped bring me back to sort of remembering my worth and why we're here and all the rest of it, do you know what I mean? So with that, um I'd had enough and I was like, you know what? I'm earning a bit of money, my bills are covered. What's the worst that can happen? I'm a qualified engineer. I can go get a job elsewhere if need be. Like, let's just take the risk.
Exactly.
So it took me a while. It took me a couple of months to build up the balls, I'll say, the guts, the courage. That's it.
Yep.
To build up the courage to actually make the jump. And when work was getting too much, and I was like, this is affecting my happiness, I quit.
Let's go. And I remember in the community you shared a long ass post with thoughts, that letter that you handed to your boss, and you were like, "I'm out."
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
So it took me a bit of time to write up my notice, and I written up that resignation notice. About a week before I actually handed it in, I had it written ready, and then I was
Mm-hmm.
just sort of playing with the tricks in my brain, like to actually do it.
Yep.
And then yeah, once I sort of thought about it within my brain, and you literally, I think within those couple of weeks, you reminded us about choosing fear or choosing faith? And yeah,
There we
I
go.
went with faith. And that's literally
There we
what
go.
I mentioned in that paragraph as well was before I even handed it in, when I was sat there in the van with it in my hand, I was sat there psyching myself up for about 20 minutes and then I literally remembered fear or faith and I just stood at the door, went straight in and went and handed it in. So yeah.
That's it. Fear or faith. That's for the audience. We can share some value right here. Like most people are gonna be watching this thinking, it's not gonna work for me. My case is special. I live there. I have this excuse, that excuse. It's like I know from my journey, and I'm sure you resonate with that too. You look at guys online. I mean, literally looked at me online, and you think you're super skeptical. You think it can't work, and you think it's almost too good to be true. But then once you kind of embark on this journey yourself, and you just overall pick faith more than you pick fear, you're just kind of like, well, it's not actually ever been something else but myself holding me back, right? It's always like
Exactly.
you playing it safe, you just taking the bribe of a salary and thinking, oh, one day stuff will change. But it's like, nah, you just gotta let go of the fear, as simple as it sounds, and choose faith in every single decision until you live the life you want. And even then, you just continue with faith, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of things which stop people getting them from where they want to be is their own mind, and that's it. Like there's nothing
That's it.
else.
That's it.
Like where
100%.
where there's a will, there's a way, and you always find a way. If you want something that bad, you will always find a way to get it. So
That's
yeah,
it. 100%. Yes, sir. I totally agree to that. Now, in that journey, because we're talking about one, a short but a wild journey. And what I consider short is like it took you 8 months to quit your job and make a few extra $1,000 every month, plus have network to business owners that you didn't previously have, more knowledge about how to grow their brand, your brand, anything else you want to do in the future. So it's been a lot, right, for considering the short time frame. What would you say? What
yeah.
role did the community play in that journey, like the help, the resources, etc.?
So first of all, the resources and all the like course content, absolutely flying. It's jam packed with so much value and basically all the tools we need. I was actually one of those people which sat down, watched each one through, taking notes, and then any bits I was unsure on, I watched them again. So I've actually been through them a few times. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
let's go.
Like, actually learnt like, and then any questions I had, I'd ask you in the weekly calls and everything else like that. But I think the biggest turning point, which is the biggest turning point in, as you know as well, is in anyone's coaching business, is helping them become a better person or helping them train their mind or just rewrite their mindset and fix their mindset because half the problems people got is their mindset. And
Absolutely,
yeah,
100%. Now, when we say mindset, right? I noticed for myself back when I was a 9 to 5er, everyone online was speaking about mindset, and I was like, well, what is that? Because a lot of people have a strong misconception about that. Can you just give me some more details and the people watching about like the personal development side of things? Because a lot of people that
yeah,
join a program like mine, they think they only need the strategies to make 5, 10K a month, right? And everybody joins like this. Even I think for you, it's a monetary motivation to join the program, obviously. But then, how did this kind of make you feel? What was your experience like talking to me about personal development and everything with you on Tuesday's calls?
of course. So, for transparency, I'm not even sure you know this. I'm very much an introvert.
Mhm.
I actually am. I very much keep myself to myself.
I
But
didn't know this at all.
no, yeah, no. So I'm actually very much an introvert, and I keep myself to myself, and I don't really talk about business. But for one, you've already always said like the calls are a safe space. We can talk about anything. And I felt comfortable speaking in front of some random people who some of them I may never meet. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, like so yeah, I really opened up and just yeah, got hold of everything. But personal development has been the key to everything. It gave me a lot of sort of stark reminders of who I am, what I'm
Exactly.
worth, what life's
Exactly.
worth, and my values as well. It got me back in line with my values and all the rest of it, which is a heck of a journey, but it's an important journey, and everybody needs to go through it.
It's the longest journey a man will ever embark on. Self-development
Yeah,
never stops, right? Which is why it's a
exactly.
part of the program, because it's like, yeah, I can give you the strategies, I can show you how to get clients, I can make you 5, 10K a month, but man, if you don't feel worthy, if you don't have self-love, then what you doing it for? Like, you're after the
Exactly.
feeling only. The thing is as well, like, I'm sure you resonate with this too. You can be free from a 9 to 5, but you can still be trapped in your mind with fear.
Yeah,
So
100%.
it's really like external freedom and internal freedom. And to the people that might hear this for the first time ever watching this video, that's the exact reason why you need to work with someone who makes you aware of these things. Because the journey is truly not everything you think like you need right now with cars and mansions and houses and money. What you're after is the experience of life, the experience of the emotions, right? And I see that change in you so massively. Like I remember in the very beginning how our calls were, and I remember you now. And I can only like imagine this is really what changed my life as well. And I don't even take credit for this. It's just people have influenced me, and now I now plant the same seeds in the people that actually trust me, right? And you can
Yeah,
carry that gift on to everyone you meet because you now know how this shit really works.
100%. It's like, you know, if you wanna, someone can sell you a strategy to make $1 million this way, but if you're not a $1 million person before that, you're
Uh,
never gonna make that $1 million.
that's it.
So,
That's why the last call was huge about being
oh
first.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
More to come. More to come. I have some stuff planned. Um, Beautiful. That's a perfect transition into like speaking community culture. Generally speaking, you've kind of shared some bits here and there already, but like, what's the culture and environment like with me and all the other guys and women as well in there?
yeah, yeah. So the community is super positive for a start, which is great to see. It's not a community full of complete random weirdos, I'm gonna say, because it's the only way to put it. Just like, giving abuse or whatever else. Everybody's
Yep.
helpful and supportive, and that is so great, to be honest. Like, there's no sort of negativity in there or any sort of jealousy. Like, we're all on the same journey, we're on the same path, and we're all growing together, which is beautiful, man. Like, yeah, everyone's supportive, everyone wants to help each other. Everyone's from different walks of life, from different places in the world,
Yeah.
and it's a great place to be. Like, you know what I mean? It's yeah,
100%. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. That means a lot. It's something beautiful we've created. Again, you've been part since day one. So
yeah,
what you said before about like you opened up in front of some people without thinking like you could probably like there's a chance that you would never meet them, right? One thing I know for sure is that you and me are gonna meet 100%.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Gonna
yeah, 100%.
either here in warm Mexico or somewhere else in the world where it's warm. We're gonna make it
Yeah,
happen,
man.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
So overall, this is kind of a more general question, but man, how has your life changed since all of this?
Oh, it's changed massively. It's changed massively, and the marketing side of things has changed it in ways I can't imagine. Like, I spot so many different opportunities now in regards to where some businesses are failing online and all that. Like, the skill set itself, amazing. But the main and the biggest difference, I think, has been the change in myself. Like, I've become so much more confident again, so much more just, yeah, just a better person all round. Like, yeah,
100%. Yeah, man. And again, I feel that, bro. You are a G. I told you before we started this interview, but I'm so fucking proud because I know the work it takes. That's
yeah, man,
mainly like, bro, and you know me in the community as well, obviously. Like, I never judge people based off anything else besides their action. It's like, I don't care how you look, I don't care where you're from. I only look at what actually moves the needle in your life. And I help you do that in the most effective way with yourself, right? It's like a combination between, like you said perfectly, strategy and personal development executed over a long enough time frame. And that's how a life is changed, right?
exactly, exactly. Like, if somebody wanted to, they could put like, and they obviously the personal development side is always going to go on. You're always going to be developing as a person, always.
Yeah.
But if someone really wanted to and they had the right kind of mindset going into the program, they could get results in weeks if they wanted and probably leave their job in weeks. Like,
Yes.
there's no,
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Like Arian, right? Arian joined, if
yeah,
you remember, and he closed an 11K deal in on his day 12.
yeah,
Stupid, for real. And the people watching this, like, I want to make one thing really clear. Jamie got in early. I took a whole year of building this test group of 50 people in the community while Jamie joined when the program wasn't even fully out. And it produces results like this. And we all know how fast trends blow up, how fast everyone is doing e-commerce or jumping to the same strategies. Like, if you can remove your ego and trust that me and Jamie are genuine and that this works through proof on my socials, all you need to do is decide that this is the moment now, and we will see you on the court and we'll change your life together. That's it.
that is
Hun-
exactly it. That is exactly it.
Yes, sir. So, what does a day to day look like now, like compared to before?
So my day to day, I get up for work, I get my uniform. No, I'm joking. um, no, I wake up the same sort of time I go to my job in the morning. Just because that's my routine. It was quite a healthy routine. I'm up early to see plenty of the day, to get stuff done. I've got a desk set up in my house. I've got my whiteboard behind me, as you can see.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, my day to day at the moment is literally I wake up in the morning, I go downstairs, I spend 5 minutes just for myself to see how I'm feeling, which I took that from you, something you've told us to do, like, and I feel a lot better for it. Um, Drink loads of water, I make a coffee, and then I crack on with some work. And then I go to the gym whenever I want in the day, which is lovely, so I can fit the gym in a nice quiet time of the day and nobody's
Yes,
in
sir.
there. Oh, I love it.
Nice. I love it. It's one of the best hidden benefits of quitting your job. It's like you can avoid the peak hours in the gym. You know, you can be there
Yeah,
centered and just, focus on you and the weights.
yeah.
100%.
Exactly. Like I do like calisthenics and that as well. So like, there's always limited pull-up bars in a gym or something
Yeah.
like that. Got free reign. I make fitness content for my TikTok as well, like, and get some clips for all that. And
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
Perfect alignment, perfect timing. Because the question I have for you is like, what were some other unexpected benefits from this, right? Because it's not just, yeah, you sign a client online and you make money. You mentioned already the time aspect of things, obviously, that is massive. But also like understanding marketing as a whole, because for your own future
yeah.
projects and stuff like that. Like, what are some thoughts that come to mind when I say unexpected benefits that you see now?
So well,
We can always
I'm gonna
chop
give you
it
a little
up.
bit of alpha. Yeah, I'll give you a bit of alpha here to be fair. Like, so I went from all this with clients. I went to a networking event during the time of being in this. Which I'm one for pushing myself out my comfort zone anyway. Like this program was out my comfort zone,
Yeah,
marketing, speaking to people, everything. But I knew that's always been a true belief of mine is living outside your comfort zone is the only way to grow and to get
yeah,
better and improve in some way. And some unexpected benefits which have come is I've networked with a variety of business owners or people or investors and whatnot, whether they're in my networks already, but I've been able to give them so much value, or just from me being a better person now as well, I've attracted them to then lead to opportunity. Like I've launched a crypto project, I'm the lead marketer in it. I'm getting opportunities come to me in the Web3 space completely because I'm very heavy in the Web3 space. I get asked opinions on how to build this or build that or make this or that with content and all sorts.
yeah.
And I've been able to help so many people close to me and business related. I got some alpha actually as well, a bit of a secret, which you can post this if you want, man. Like, so my crypto project to start off as not your typical meme coin, but it is technically a meme coin project. Me and my business partner are now going to develop it into a full scale brand like
And you're the go-to
podcast,
guy for
Web
that,
two, Web three.
right?
Exactly. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, is it exciting? We've got some exciting stuff in the pipeline, man.
I love that, bro.
Um, and yeah,
Nice. I believe talking about that crypto client, before we press record on the button, you were speaking about the new crypto client update, somebody you signed. You want to share the
yes,
details of that too?
yeah, of course. So I've been in the crypto space for a few years. I've been part of a community for well, this specific community I'm mentioning. I was in there for about 15 months, 16 months, something like that. Um, wasn't very active in there or whatnot. Anyway, long story short, I was part of it, and since gaining all the marketing mindset and growing brands and business online and all that, I noticed our social media in places was it could have been better. It
Yeah,
had some room for improvement. So when my subscription was due for renewal, I renewed it with them. And I was speaking to the CEO, it turns out, which then the CEO, I said, if you ever want any help with content and marketing and stuff, I'm your guy. And then that
yeah,
conversation led to me being on a sales call with him and getting to know him better. And then attending his crypto event, I went with them all, met them all in person, which built those relationships. And then, yeah, I've just signed them properly today full time because I was consulting them for a number of months as well, which is getting paid for. And yeah, here I am now. So,
nice, right? You told me you're making like 2K from that guy, right? More or
Yeah,
less.
so no. There's a bit more. So yeah, I signed them today officially. They've actually got a sister company which I should be taking on as well. We're gonna see how these few months go first anyway, but
Mm.
that'll be basically two brands in one. I signed them today for 2K monthly payment. This is pounds again, GBP. And 25% commission on an affiliate link. I've also
Sweet.
had up. I've already had upgraded benefits as well. Like I'm in the top tier of the community because there's a couple different tiers. I've got full access to everything. I got full access to an investment fund level trader who does one-to-one tuition, which is part of my subscription now. So I got access to that one-to-one, and I yeah, the value's insane.
Right? So that's one of the things. You have access to a program that costs probably tens of thousands, thousands
Yeah,
at least, right? It's probably a five-figure product that we're talking about. And it's just kind of, yeah, you're my brand marketer. Here you go, because you need it anyways for my content to figure it out, you know? It's
yeah,
again one of these benefits where also me in the beginning, I used to get access to dating programs, masterminds, finance coaches, business owners, and it's always like you just get for free as a brand marketer what their audience pays thousands of dollars for, right? As a
yeah.
little
Like
cherry on top.
working with working with the Airbnb coach, I could probably go set up my own Airbnb business now, like and
Yeah,
lease out a property and all that. I know all the process because I've seen the context of because you gotta understand what the person's selling and who they are to be able to help them sell it, essentially.
exactly. 100%. Totally. It's like, you know what you said before, you have all of these opportunities pop up and you see that business needs help and that business needs help. What it boils down to again make the people watching understand, is there are problems that people struggle with. And if you can find the solutions to these problems, you create something valuable. And if you have something that's valuable, other people want it, right? So it's like the reason people can walk by the same exact business every single day on their way to work, but after they watch some YouTube videos or are in the community and learn the lessons, they're going to look at that business differently. And they might just see that the one building, the one company that they've always seen could be their first potential client that could free them from their job, right?
Exactly. Like doom scrolling, that's alien to me now. Anytime on Instagram now, I end up clicking on a profile and I'm going through it like,
That's
oh,
it.
this is good. This is
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
They could do
exactly.
with changing this. And it's
Exactly.
just kind of the mindset for it. So,
That's it.
yeah.
You go from consumer to creator. And that
Yeah.
is how, you know this from me, my theme page days. That's how I had my whole start to my career. Just, I don't
Yeah.
consume, I create. That's it. Right? Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. Now, yeah, I feel like we've given people a lot of context. Maybe to wrap it up, what advice would you give to someone in the same position you were in 8 months ago?
Well, I'll first start with believe in yourself, have some more faith in yourself.
Yes.
That's a great starting point. Without that, you're gonna fail in anything you go in. You can buy some random course off of any person in the world, and you'll still fail at it because you don't believe in yourself, man. Like, so that's a starting point. Um, Second will be just go for it. And you're only going to get out of it what you put in. So if you put in 50% effort, you're going to get 50% results. Put in 100% effort, you'll get 100% results. And that's how it works. The consistency as well, staying consistent and disciplined. So every process of the program, whether that's showing up to the calls, to doing certain aspects like I don't know, making content for a client or content research or even outreach. Like the outreach is a painful part, but it's got to be done. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yep.
you know, it's like learning to swim or something, for example, or riding a bike. Like
Exactly.
you're gonna fall off the bike. You're gonna fall off the bike a
Exactly.
few times before you can get it right and go. So
100%. 100%. Totally. Now, you said before one quick thing, and then we'll really wrap it up. I think it was an awesome talk. 40 minutes was flying by, like five. Um,
yeah,
Again, most people are going to be on the fence. They're going to be skeptical. They're going to be scared to join. They might think we just are two actors and I pay you to have this interview. Whatever people think
if
of.
only.
But but you mentioned before that someone could probably join and quit their job in weeks, if they're fully committed. What would you say to someone who is consuming my stuff, they've reached out before, and they are hesitant, they feel hesitant to join overall? You know how it was.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it a fuck yes, get in there, I'll see you on the calls, or is it like, well, probably better watching off his YouTube stuff?
Well, the best thing you could do, right, is send Alessandro a message like right now, and ask him about the community. Pay the man and come in and join the calls. That's pretty much it.
Appreciate that,
Like
bro.
as well, if anyone's unsure, like I paid you, Alessandro, didn't I? Before there was even a community. Like I just gave somebody online who reached out to me, who I was like, this is a good guy, could have been anyone. My money, trusted him with it, and he delivered a program, which this program actually ended up me becoming a better person, giving me a business model and a full-time bloody job now, and quitting my job. So, if I can trust somebody to do that, yeah, it's a no-brainer.
I appreciate that a lot, bro. All right. To the people watching, that's it. If you have questions, leave a comment below. If you want to talk, I'm one DM away. I leave Jamie's handle below as well if anyone is super skeptical. Plus, generally speaking, Jamie is a G. So anything you need help with, this guy can help you massively with your finance, with your physique, with your up and coming in your career. Maybe you have problems, wanting to quit your job, etc. Like, Jamie is also just a genuinely awesome person. And I'm sure in the future he's going to have a big career as well when it comes to helping people. You don't want him to be the next Andrew Tate and invest after he's the Andrew Tate. You want to invest in the guy while he's still small like myself. So reach out to him, reach out to me, and we'll see you guys in the DMs and hopefully in the community, right?